Hey guys, how you doing? Aaron here. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a controller from SMX. So it's the Player Choice controller. As you can see, it does kind of look a little bit similar to maybe the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. However, this thing is like half the price of that. So it's really whether the quality stands up to Nintendo's own. So if you are interested in this by the end of this video, I'm going to have a discount so you can buy it. The link will be down in the video description. Also, one lucky viewer is going to be able to win one of these as well. So stick around to the end of the video and hopefully you might be in with a chance of winning one too. Let's take a closer look at this thing though. So what do you actually get inside this box? So you get this little manual. It's got several languages on how to sync it up to your Nintendo Switch. Also comes with a USB-C cable to charge up the controller itself. Again, very similar to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Let's move some of this out of the way. So the pad itself, let's take a look. Now, I have used a lot of cheaper pads in the past. This one though, it feels real good quality. It's even got grips on the back, texture grips, like you would find on an Xbox pad. I really like this. It just doesn't feel cheap at all. It's a really good finish on top too. Now this uses a 600 milliamp battery here. That's probably going to last you about 8 to 10 hours. It takes about 2.5 hours to get charged. Now of course this is way less than the Switch Pro controller. But this thing, like I said, is half the price. So I don't think that's a bad deal at all. So there's that pad. Let's get a much closer look here. Yeah. I mean, all of the buttons feel pretty good. They click. Let's compare it to a Pro controller. So yeah, there's not really much of a difference here. The Pro controller dips at the back. I don't really think you can see that in the video. But there's what I don't like on the Pro pad is the D-pad. So I definitely want to see if the D-pad operates much better on that pad. How can I forget this? This thing lights up as well. So let's turn the pad on. So as you can see, you've got your face buttons, they all light up. You've got your camera stick, that lights up. Now, if you are planning to use this on the PC, one thing to be cautious about is the fact that the buttons are swaps A, B, X, Y. They're going to be different if you're using it on the PC, but you might already know that. Nintendo, Xbox just does things differently. If you do want to sync this up to your Switch and you don't know how, you press both the home button and the Y button and that will just sync straight up to your Switch, and then you just press your home button to turn it on in the future. I'm really impressed by this. However, this thing does have like gyro control, it's got motion, it's got rumble, so I want to test it on a few games that I know will make use of these functions. So I've tested a few Switch games that I know make use of the controls, like the gyro. Now the gyro works great for the bow and arrow. I've got no problem with it on this game. Everything is so responsive. The sticks as well, they work great. I do have a slight issue with them. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now Mario Odyssey, the only pad I can really play this with is the Pro controller. Every other pad I have difficulties with, but this works great. I'm managing to pull off dives, somersaults. Not a problem at all with this one. I would happily play Mario Odyssey with this joypad. Now Tetris, so I'm using the D-pad on this game. I did find at times that blocks would accidentally drop. Now I don't know if that's just my fat fingers or if there's some kind of issue with the D-pad, but I did try a couple of other games that would make use of the D-pad and they seemed alright. Okay, so I'm massively impressed by this joypad. However, there's a couple of things I want to point out. So the actual triggers, the ZL and ZR, there's a bit more distance to travel when you're pressing these buttons down compared to, say, the Switch Pro controller. I mean, personally for myself, I didn't have a problem with it at all, but there's going to be some people out there that might, have a problem with that. The sticks as well, so they are kind of thinner compared to the Pro controller, and they're not really concave on top, they're completely flat. Again, it's not a big issue, but if you're used to playing with this type of pad, you've got more of a grip on here, you might have a bit of an issue with it. Apart from that, Honestly, I love this pad. I'm probably actually going to use it. The D-pad was a bit hit and miss on Tetris, but like I said, some of the other games were perfectly fine. So maybe, like I said, it's just an issue with me. Overall, I definitely recommend this joypad. If you're not too keen on the black design, you can also get multiple colours. They're very colourful versions out there of this pad. Look in the description. I've got a discount code if you want to buy this pad for yourself as well. Like I said earlier in the video, you can win one of these joypads for yourself. You have to be in the UK though, unfortunately. Find all of the details down below in the description and you might win yourself one. Guys, if you do pick up this pad for yourself, definitely leave me some comments down below. That would be amazing. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you again soon.